What is up, team, and welcome back to another video. What is up, team? It's Antony P, and welcome back to another video. I recently had 2 interviews with jobs in Japan in the same day. So bits and pieces of those interviews are in this video. That should be helpful for anybody interviewing. If you're not here for that and you're here to support me, then what's going on? I still have a lot of vlog content. The first about 5 minutes are that, and then I do an interview, a little bit of vlogging, and then an interview, and then a little more vlogging. I think this vlog has a lot of great material in it, and it might just have one of the funniest sequences I think I've ever recorded. So I hope you enjoy it. So before we get into the actual interviews, know that I'm not an expert. This is just my experience. I did not post everything. I don't think I did extraordinarily well. I think I could have been slower, and I think I could have rambled less. Pointers right off the bat: know what you want to say ahead of time. You're gonna know the questions, so write them out, rehearse them, get used to them, so when you do come to say them, you don't waste your time and you don't waste the interviewer's time, and you don't have to make them think about the information that you're giving to them. It should be clear enough what your message is right from the get-go. I think I'm just about to wake up, so let's go check it out. I need a shower. Whoa, my voice is so low. Whoa. No. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope indeed. Let's get wet. Still need to shave. So here it is, my YouTube channel, before anything's actually on it. But no, this is the beginning. Technically speaking, this video won't be the beginning, but hey, we're doing it. My voice is still super low from this morning. So down the staircase, coming to my basement, there's this big black curtain. And if we go into the curtain, found it. All right, we're in. So, let's get to it. A bit of a pro tip when you're doing all this stuff: set an alarm for yourself well ahead of time to make sure that all of your devices are actually charged. My iPad is around 30%, which is just too little for me to be comfortable. So something that you'll notice when you're doing lots of interviews is that they get easier. Your first couple of interviews are, very nerving, right? That my one last night was a lot easier. Was it because I had just woken up? Maybe. Some people won't be able to sleep before their interview. That's fine too. Ugh. Just do what you can to be patient, and to give yourself a little bit of grace. Yeah, okay, I look fine. Pull up your notes. Wish me luck. Something that I did not mention earlier is to have up something that'll help you in a job that you don't know well. So I've never worked with young kids, so I have up a website that says 25 surefire strategies for handling difficult situations, and this is geared towards pre-K and first through like 12th grade, probably like that. So be an active listener, avoid win-loss conflicts, things that I wouldn't normally think, but it also helps give you good language to use and makes you sound more articulate, and I think that's what we all want in life, is it not? It is not. It is. It is. Okay. It is what we want in life. So I can speak. I'm fine. Just like last time, I'm gonna go get some food. Apple. Peanut butter. Boom. I left my headphones. Not a good thing. I got 5 minutes. I'm gonna bring my iPad with me. I made it. Let's do it. Some people like to get calm before interviews. Why not be overly enthusiastic and hyped up? My water bottle's empty. No! It's fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine. How's my hair? Am I pretty? I should have brushed my teeth. Does this make you uncomfortable? 2 minutes! I also didn't bring anything down to write on. I'm stupid. 1 minute. It's 11 o'clock. What's happening? Good, good. Can you see and hear me okay? Probably about 4 months ago, five or 6 months ago. So the job I had in grad school was as a hall director, right? Where I ran a residence hall of 650 sophomores on a leadership team of 3, and we kind of all came together to do that. And I supervised the resident assistants, so student staff in the halls, and I loved that job. Right? It was a lot of one-on-one counseling, crisis management, leadership development, and I had about 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, I was applying for those positions. And in the back of my mind, I was like, I would love to teach English in Japan. Maybe that'll be my backup option. But kind of in the middle of that application process, I realized I was way too excited to teach English in Japan to not teach English in Japan. And that kind of brought me to you. What I liked a lot about your job description was that it was interesting. It was a lot more interesting than some of the others because you're not just teaching English in Japan, right? This is a position where students are coming from other countries and coming back to Japan. And I kind of, in a weird way, relate this back to the work that I did in grad school, was that every student is so different. And if these students are coming back from all over the world in different countries and different age groups, being flexible and doing all of the things that I would do in my other career, I'd still be able to do it. And, those are things that I love. The biggest, when people ask me, like, what leadership skill do you have? I say positivity. I'm always somebody that's got a smile on my face and that can encourage others and that works to improve just kind of morale. And in a lot of what I did in the past was education-based, and if the educator, myself, was not enthusiastic and invested in the material I was presenting and invested in what we were doing with the mission, then the students weren't invested either. So my positivity, got other people energetic and enthusiastic about what we were doing. So that's definitely my first transferable skill. I had the wrong sheet pulled up. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. I'm looking at it now. That's my fault, yeah. Yeah. That's super embarrassing, I'm sorry. Yeah. Even looking at conflict management styles, they're almost the same, right? Model positive behavior and be calm, right? Don't raise your voice. It's not going to accomplish anything. So I think I still have some of the skill sets and definitely the adaptability aspect to work with children. Through my last position, every student I met with was vastly different. That's for sure. We had students coming from low-income families. We had students coming from the highest-income families. Mixed-race students, minoritized students. So managing diverse classrooms was actually kind of my entire master's degree. We did a lot of research on intersectionality and how different identities come to the table and, how we all bring with us stories and how really working to understand students is the best way to get to know them and help them succeed. So that's my wheelhouse. Yeah. Primarily somebody that cares about their success individually. I don't love the sage on the stage model, where, the teacher is the sole owner of all information. I want students to know when they come and have a class with me, we are a class together, and it's not you're taking my class. Right? And I think that gives a lot. That gives a lot of power to students, and that when you give students autonomy, like that increases their motivation. What the That could have been the dumbest mistake I've ever made in an interview. I had the wrong job description up. I'm like hot because of it. Like I started blushing during the interview. Did I say the wrong thing? My first answer, I talked about how they were teaching people coming from other countries. Is that even what they do? Learn from my mistake. Don't do that. It's raining. If you love the rain and you know it, clap your hands. Pop, pop. Okay, so I made rice, peppers, mushrooms, onions, and bok choy. They were the vegetables that I used in the teaser video. They tasted as equally as good as they looked. Interview countdown. It's 8 o'clock now, almost 9 o'clock now, 9, 10. 2 hours. And now, song subscription time. So baby, subscribe. You can watch all my vids. Oh. I made it to my basement for the last interview, but I was playing HQ, that quiz game that you just do on your phone and you get money for. I made it to Q11. I'm gonna get my stuff prepared very quickly. It is 9:14. They call it 9:30. Don't do this to yourself. Why would I keep doing this? Here we are, ready for the third interview for Japan jobs. This job is a little different. You schedule times that you want to work, and then individual students will schedule times to meet with you. Wish me luck. I consider myself to be Buddhist, and I think that Japan is one of the few countries that I can actually, that would support and challenge that part of my life in a way that other places wouldn't. And that's exciting to me. You're very good at active listening and reflecting. I really enjoy it. Thank you. If you ever choose to eat vegan, go to India. Well, my high school was predominantly white, my middle school was predominantly white, my elementary school was predominantly white, and I knew that there was so much more to life, and so I've been really intentional about building those relationships. So I've kind of been lucky to be able to build all of these different relationships and be exposed to different cultures over the past 4 years, while still kind of being in the comfort, right, of American culture. So the research that I've done is pretty extensive. Everything from YouTube videos to vlogs to reading company reviews and kind of saying, what have other teachers experienced, what was challenging for them, what to expect. There's a couple really interesting videos on cultural norms, like don't do this, for like even simple things, like don't talk on the phone in the subway. So that degree program predominantly looks at how do we make students as successful as possible, is understand the people that you're working with. And if you work to understand, you build a relationship with them, and you're able to help them more. What I do know is Japan is a very hardworking culture, and debatably compared to Western cultures, overworked cultures. A lot of pressure resides on people, and maybe in that research you find that the bank is struggling and about to go under, right? So you can maybe expect this person to be in a level of stress because of that, or maybe the bank is doing well, right? And that might change your tone. I'm gonna ask for help. I'm gonna say, this is not a client type that I've dealt with before. Got any tips for me? It's more intrinsic than that, like the motivation for being authentic and for producing, for being like a kind and generous and giving a product is not just about like the fiscal reward. That was by far the hardest interview I've had yet. I don't really I don't know what to say yet. Here, go talk to Antony with the gorilla. What's up? It's Antony with the gorilla, all rested and ready to go. Wearing the same thing that I was at the beginning of this video, which means I actually just recorded the beginning of the video. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So something crazy that kind of happened in that last video was that the interviewer did a role play to see how I would handle a teaching situation. Totally fine, right? All into it. The predominant thing that shook me was that she was a white Canadian woman, talking in a Japanese girl's accent for the role play. If that's what her company told her to do, I'm not saying that this woman is necessarily at fault. It took me off guard. It seemed a little racist, and I almost had to like not laugh, if that makes sense. So prepare for that. I don't really know what to think. Those questions were hard for a couple of reasons. She really wanted to know how much research I had done into Japan culture, into Japan teaching. She was testing me really hard. If you're gonna apply for these jobs, Do research. Do research on the company, do research on the areas, do research on food, do research on all of it. Cultural norms. She was asking me, what cultural norms do you know? Like, it's gonna be a big culture shock. Are you ready for it? How are you ready for it? How have you taken steps already to prepare yourself for the culture shock that is to come? If you cannot answer those questions, it's not gonna bode well. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. This was very long. You know this is probably going to be atypical. I can't keep that level of vlog up. Thank you for sticking till the end. I'll see you in a couple days.
Hi, you've reached Antony. Please leave a message after the beep. Thanks.